My name is Solomone and I come from Tonga.
I'm Eileen Iripa and I come from the Cook Islands.
I met Eileen in Club Rara. She asked me for a dance. So.
He was holding himself up well. He wasn't rowdy and rah like everybody else. So I approached him for a dance, and that's history made.
The reason why I go to the beach on that day, because I wanted to go fishing.
Solomon was dressed up heavy for fishing because he wanted to stay warm. But he had jeans on, that was for sure, and his shoes. And it was the first time that Solomon had been to any beach on the west coast. And I had told him that it's quite rough. It's very different from the other beaches on the east, the ones that we normally go to, which is Malaitai. It's quite calm over, quite nice over Malaitai, but very different over at Piha and beaches on the west where they've got big waves. I told him that, but he was up for the challenge. Yes, I said to him, you watch the tide, and you're going there now, you come back at this time. So I gave him like 2 hours to come back.
Yeah, she told me to come back early before the high tide, but the feeling of fishing and catching a fish probably blind me. To get where you fishing, you have to go through a cave before you climb up to a rock on the left and walk straight up to about probably 50 meter, so you can face the outer sea and fish. I was there about 4 to 5 hours, good fishing. When the water was just fall on me, like somebody is chucking a bucket of water, that made me a little bit scared. So it was on my way. I finished fishing and I walked back to the place where I walked to go fishing. I stand in the rock. That rock I was climbing up, and this time I come back. The water was about the same level as the rock, and I thought it was still shallow for me to just walk. I jumped in the water and I thought it was shallow, but it was too deep, so I swallowed a few seawater. Back in Tonga, I never come across a strong current, so I panicked. It feel like something is pulling me fast towards the cave. I was a bit smaller then, and I thought I'm a good swimmer, and I thought I can handle the waves and the water. But on that day, I knew my limit, that I can't go beyond that. The water is too strong. Yeah. I was too tired, very tired. The only thing that it's in my head is the voice of my wife. I don't know why, but that was the only thing that was in my head. Probably the only thing that keep me strong. I tried to swim, and I know I had the bucket on my hand and my fishing rod, and I don't want to lose my fishing gear. So I tried to save everything that I have and myself. I'm trying to save my fish because The reason why I go out fishing is to probably to feed my family. Not only that, the key is that it costs money. So it's a mixed feeling that I have. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do. Even though I should have to let my gears go and swim for my life, but I'm still holding on to it.
I was still on the beach, but the tide had come in, and I was waiting for Solomon to come back. At the time I said to him to come back, 2 hours. It's gone like 4 hours, and I was starting to worry, but angry at the same time, because he didn't listen. And then I've got my baby there. He's a year old, and it's getting cold. It's starting to get cold. And the weather's changed, so I was just hoping that he would hurry up. And then I saw him, and I was screaming out to him, but he couldn't hear me. Couldn't hear anything. I was saying there was a lot of wasted energy screaming. He was having difficulty. I could see him having difficulty in trying to come back, but he was still holding on to his fish, to the bucket and the fishing rods and his fishing gear, still holding on to it. And I was screaming at the top of my lungs to let it go, let the bucket go, let the fishing rod, but he couldn't hear me. I couldn't do anything. I just watch and comfort my baby. He was crying. It was just a scary moment to have to watch somebody, that you love, having difficulty in the water. A very hard decision to make when you see a loved one struggling, and you choose your safety over theirs. Through me and hearing my baby cry, I guess it was a godsend to have my baby crying, so that I don't think heavily of going in, kind of thing. Just safety first, our safety. I was happy to see him and actually get back safely, but angry at the same time because he didn't listen, and hurt because my baby was crying, and it's just scary, very, very scary moment.
I don't remember how I lost it, but I'm pretty sure that the wave was too strong and it's hitting me against the rock, and I probably let it go. To me, my thinking to get to the shore, it's like somebody that just born as a newborn. You just come out from death.
And I felt relief that he was okay. He was okay, and we're all going to be okay. I felt relief. And still angry, because that could have been prevented. And I was so upset with him. I didn't say it then. I waited till after, and to say it to him. You need to be wiser around the water.
For the knowledge that I know now, I probably respect the water more, and I probably listen to somebody that knows the water. And not only that, I should have wear a life jacket.
I think you should have listened to your wife and come back before the tide came up. That's prevention at that time.